Here we are at Newfound Gap, Tennessee, with our expert shuttle driver, Mark. Gave us some real good pointers on trail.
Just be careful of the bears.
And he's going to pick us up in 4 days at the other end of the trail. This is our starting point. Starting on the trail, Newfound Gap, going up these steps. There's a 1,200 foot increase in elevation over the next 3 miles. Pace ourselves. So we're going to go up these steps. So yeah, I'm gonna put this back. Don't get too close. Okay. Good. Get a one step at a time. Okay. I would have never made it up those steps without these.
Yeah.
Not only I have strength in my arms, but it keeps my balance. I would have fallen over a couple of times. Okay. More steps. Almost to the top. What do the arrows mean? Okay, taking our first break at 9:10 a.m. That was a pretty steep climb. We're doing about a mile an hour, I think. Derek's having to put on the brakes to wait for me, but we're trudging along. We're going to take like a 7 or 8 minute break here, have a little bite to eat. Halfway to ice water shelter. The trail is right down there. We just came up this little patch here to a nice little campsite. At 10:20, we were going to stop at 10:30, but we cut it 10 minutes short. Okay, we made it to this intersection, whatever it's called, Sweet Heifer Creek Trail. Appalachian Trail, Newfound Gap, 7 miles. 1.7 miles. Are you kidding me? It says 1.7 miles. I thought 7 miles was about right. Ice Water Spring, 1.3. So we're a little over halfway to Ice Water Spring. Okay.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. Where are you guys headed tonight?
I'm going to Ice Water Shelter. That's as far as I'm going today.
Yep.
This week.
Are you guys hiking together?
Yeah,
Two of
Two of you.
Yeah.
I see. Gotcha. Gotcha.
We're going more or less the same pace.
Yeah.
This is my first hike.
Well, you're doing great. This is a hell of a first hike. This is a long uphill.
Yep. 3
Even when
miles.
you've been-
3 miles from Newfound Gap up to
Yeah. I haven't
shelter.
looked at it
And then
to
it
know
level-
it is
levels
all
out?
uphill. Pardon?
Then it levels out and goes down.
I don't
Well, I
know. I
think
figured when I was
that's what
coming out of the
somebody
gap,
told me.
I was going to do some uphill, but I didn't know for how long.
I think once we get past Charlie's Bunyan, I think it's pretty much runs the ridge
Nice.
Yeah.
most of the way and then drops down to I-40. So that's where I'm heading is I.
Made it to Ice Water Springs almost, 2/10 of a mile. So far, so good.
Hi.
The tough part's over.
Tough part.
So I keep telling myself.
Jump off trail, which is where I headed. However you want to do it.
So we're going to go that way. Oh, me and Derek at, what's this called? Ice Water Springs Shelter. 3-point-something miles from Davenport. We're going to have some tuna and rice. That's the shelter. I think we're going to go on to the next one. There's a pretty sight. Hot rice and tuna for lunch on the Appalachian Trail. Right out of the bag. There's the water supply. That's the water source right there. We're going to get our filter out and fill our water bottles. Look at that view from the ridge. I think we're on top of a mountain. We have a valley on this side, and it's all covered up on this side, but there's a big valley on that side. We're going up this little trail. Hold back a second, I'll get you coming up. Okay. When we got to Charlie's Bunyan, we figured we were going too slow to make it to our next intended destination of Peck's Corner before nightfall. So we decided to come back to Ice Water Springs Shelter for the night.
At 5:20, the guys like 3 of them have their
Derek's
headlamps
shelter.
on. Wow, these guys are up early.
There's Derek's tent and my tent.
It's like,
Well,
That's what
I
it
don't
was
plan
in-
on being up at 5:20.
well, no, in months ago when I was out, it was like that's what he would do. Wake up at 4:30, the birds would chirp, and you got going. Now it's too dark.
Check this place out. Oh, the sun's in my eyes. We had to hang our food on these cables to keep the bears from getting it. This is the camp privy, or outhouse. The privy is handicap compliant, even though it is impossible to climb the trail in a wheelchair. Okay, here comes me and Derek after our 2-day trail hike in the National Forest, the Smoky Mountain National Forest. Slept over last night at Ice Water Shelter. Since we didn't make our first day's destination, we came back to Ice Water Shelter for the night. We decided that it was too risky to try to make up the time to get to our final destination in 4 days. So we decided to come back down the mountain to Newfound Gap and to Gatlinburg. Hike back down, and this is the end of the trail. There's the parking lot right there. I am going to continue training, and Derek and I are planning to come back in a few months and complete our 4-day hike as originally planned. This is where we're camping tonight. Greenbrier Campground in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We're just about to set up our tents in the rain. Get to sleep right next to this river. You sleep to the sound of those river sounds. It'd be cool. Got a tent set up. That's where we're sleeping tonight, in the rain and the thunderstorm. We have some shelter in these trees. Like right now it's raining and we're not even getting any rain. Light rain. Here's Derek cooking dinner in the middle of the night at our campsite, 8 o'clock. We're going to have beef stew for dinner. Cook oil boiling. Alright. And here's the sound of the rain in the tent at 8:30 something in the morning. That's me, good morning. Looks like a rainy day. On our fourth day after breakfast at our tent in Greenbrier Campground, we ventured into the city of Gatlinburg, where there's a great amount of tourist activity going on. And we hiked the Gatlinburg Trail 3.9 miles to the Sugarland Visitor Center. Now we're hiking the Gatlinburg Trail on Monday is October 4th. This is the Gatlinburg Trail.